Episode 10, MC Dudes. I am Tech Supreme. I am
Caleb Sawyer.
And we are back with another episode.
We are.
And
in between shows, in between movies, in between everything right now.
Yeah, no, not really, because Groot dropped last week.
Yep.
All 20 minutes of it.
Yeah, right. It's like 5-minute episodes.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So let's. How you been?
Busy, tired.
Mm-hmm.
All the things that come with that, but pretty good. Pretty good. How about you?
Pretty exhausted. Pretty mentally, emotionally exhausted. Mentally exhausted.
Just like I'm a marionette walking through the day. Just kind of.
I'm butter on toast, bread too thin.
Damn. Yeah, I feel that.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, damn. All right.
Yeah.
For bringing it back from my
Bilbo said it.
Hell yeah.
Bilbo Baggins.
I once had a teacher in 8th grade be like, "Man, if you read this book and you were dyslexic, this name would be problematic." And we were like, Dildo Baggins.
All right.
8th grade.
There you go.
She was cool as fuck. She was the coolest teacher.
She might have been. Yeah, but just between traveling and working and starting this company, I'm just a little frazzled.
Yeah, you've stretched yourself.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fantastic, you are not. Though you are great.
Thank you, but I am not. Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, right?
Not Reed Richards, not at all.
Your nickname might be Mr. Fantastic, but
actually,
lack a specific set of powers.
Speaking of weird nicknames, Mr. Wonderful is Kevin Leary from Shark Tank, and I hung out with him one day. I was working at that agency a few years ago, and they put on an event, and he was the main guest host. He was the host, the guest.
Yep.
And just was in his presence with Mr. Wonderful.
Nice.
Is it Mr. Wonderful or Mr. Fantastic?
I have no clue.
It's either one of those two.
It's one of them.
But he's definitely richer, probably the richest person I've been in the room with.
Yeah. Did he act like it?
No.
Good.
No.
I feel like the Shark Tank folks might be okay. Because Mark Cuban hangs out with them and like
I was literally at
assholes. It seems like
I was at South by Southwest in 2011 or 12.
Yeah.
And I was at this place called Sixth on Toulouse.
10 years ago. Go on.
I know. And I was drinking $5 Mason jar Long Island iced teas that were like this big, and two of those, you're two chicks to the win.
Go on.
Yep. And
two of those, and you're
done. So
$10
plus tip.
Cash in, cash out.
Cash in, cash out. Pass in, pass out. Pass out, pass out, pass out, pass out. And
pass out. Drink in, pass out.
Mark Cuban walks by the window, and I'm just like,
seen that motherfucker before.
It's Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
And then later that night, after our shows and stuff, we were at the same place because I love that place and I still do. And I looked down to my side, Bushwick Bill from the Ghetto Boys.
Just rubbing, dusting shoulders with the best.
That's how South by Southwest is.
Yeah, sure. I imagine. I mean, at least the portions you're allowed into.
Yeah,
Not everybody runs into people like that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah?
On 6th Street, yes, they do. It was right before Black and Yellow, maybe a year before it blew up, before Wiz Khalifa blew up. And he was just doing shows with Currency left and right. They were just walking down the street. And then we did a show with Machine Gun Kelly a few years ago.
Sorry.
And I was walking down the street with Tef, and Machine Gun is walking too. And they kept in communication. So Machine Gun was like, Tef, and Tef was like, hey.
I had that's dope as fuck.
Yeah. Huh. Before he blew up.
All right.
He performed at Roadhouse 66 in Webster Groves. And it was...
That's incredible.
And he loved Show Stealers because that's where we were performing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he got famous and changed, but that's all. That's what happens.
I think Fox will do that to you.
Shit. See you. He gone. Tech who?
Well, I don't know this man. Why'd you laugh like Jay-Z?
No way. Hove. I'm horrible at impersonations.
That was pretty good though.
It feels good here, but to other people,
you listen to it later and you're like, oh no,
not so good. Not so good.
Not great.
Yeah, MC Dudes, episode 10, and a lot of things are bubbling. The water is,
a lot of things are
the water's simmering.
It's roiling right now.
It's not fire. It's not boiling yet. It's not ready for the noodles yet.
But it's roiling. It's getting
getting
not
there.
Like a full boil. It's like
Today,
I'm high as fuck.
I don't know why I don't do this high.
Next time on MC Dudes.
Someone said today, who's a part of the MCU, that Secret Wars is going to be bigger than Endgame.
It has to be.
You think it has to be?
It has to be.
But can it be?
Yes.
Let's start with that. Can it be? How can it be? Because I feel like we lost all the legacy characters except for Thor and Hulk. And there's already been an article of something came out yesterday, I believe, about how like bad they nerfed Hulk, because everyone's kind of like,
There's a reason for that.
We're getting ready for Hulk, some new Hulk content.
Mm-hmm.
They nerfed him for sure.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
You think so?
Yes. You can't just waste Hulk.
And
I don't think that they are.
I think, and what Mark Ruffalo said in response to that, to like the backlash kind of people saying like he's whack now. He's like, well, in the comic books, there's so many different versions of Hulk, and you only want the rage version, and that's not how it works. Like,
yeah, it's like saying that like Superman's overpowered. Well, that's assuming you can solve every problem by punching it.
Yeah.
Hulk can be more than just strong, but I also think that like if you look at his character's path, starting with the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk, which I found out a fun fact this week. The opening scene of that movie was supposed to be him trying to kill himself, shooting himself in the mouth, and then waking up and Hulk
spitting out the bullet,
which is what he fucking talks about.
Too
in
dark though.
The first Avengers.
Too dark for an introductory.
It was a Universal movie though, so
let me
like,
see.
It's not. It wasn't MCU. It was
that was
MCU.
Norton.
That was Edward Norton.
Norton was MCU.
I know.
It came out after Iron Man.
But it was still a Universal movie, and I don't think Disney had bought the shit yet.
No, that Disney did not buy it until much later.
Too dark doesn't make sense in that time period. I think nowadays, there's no way that's happening. But now, also it could because we have Logan and Deadpool as part of the Disney.
The best thing
offering.
Edward Norton could have done for MCU fans is be selfish, because I love Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk.
Sure. Yeah,
and if it wasn't for him being completely selfish,
I liked Edward Norton, but Mark Ruffalo really walks that fine line of like awkward, out of place science.
He gives me scientist.
Yep.
He gives me genius scientist. That is like just fucking
and Edward Norton
troubled.
is too dirtbaggy, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but he looks like the guy that's in American History X. He looks like the guy that's in Pride and Glory, the cop movie. He looks like a guy that's a cop.
Yeah.
Not a guy that's a scientist.
Nobody in that Edward Norton movie looks like a scientist except for that one guy who was helping. And forgive me for not seeing that movie in fucking 20 years.
Oh, the guy that gets the drips in his brain and is going to be that villain with the big head.
Yeah. He looked like a scientist, but like
that's
the love interest was what's her name?
Arwen, sorry.
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler, yep.
She didn't look like a scientist.
More Lord of the Rings shit. What did I start?
You did.
I know, man.
It's your fault.
What was the name of the dude? The dude that was the scientist is the guy from the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Like he's in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He's great. I can't think of his name. It's three names.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. No. I think they can be bigger than in Endgame, and I think them branding this saga as the multiverse saga is why. Because by the time Secret Wars shows up, we'll have a way to see all the Avengers because of the multiverse. We'll see X-Men.
Do we want to see old Avengers that we lost?
Answer that question honestly and with your heart.
Is it gonna feel the same?
No, but that's not the point.
You know what's funny
is that like on a planet made for superheroes killing each other, that like you can look in the distance and be like, oh shit, this Cap.
I think they got me because this is not our Loki, but I have that attachment like it is. So I think they may still be able to get me.
Yeah.
Because this Loki is definitely not our Loki, but I love this Loki. I like him more than the Loki that we had.
Yeah.
Because he seems so much more fleshed out.
This Loki is our.
It's not. Wow. This is a branch timeline Loki. Our Loki died.
I liked our Loki, and I feel like this branch Loki is getting to the same place where our Loki was.
I think he's better.
No, he's definitely better. Why did I say that? He's definitely better.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a better person, a better Loki than our Loki.
Yeah. So it's the multiverse saga. So we're gonna see. They'll have the ability to do twice as many heroes, especially if X-Men gets introduced by then. Which, like,
okay, we gotta talk about no X-Men talk right now. That's coming up later.
Fantastic Four.
I mean, yeah. Okay, we'll see though.
Doom. If Dr. Doom is in Secret Wars,
we gotta. Is that on my list? No, it's not. Okay, yeah.
I want Giancarlo Esposito to play Doom.
That's on my list. We can't talk about that. I can't talk about that.
I thought we just jumped to it.
But we can't. So let's talk about.
We can't. Okay.
Let's go for the list.
Yes.
There's a little fun, recent news part, that I just can remember because I didn't search for today's episode like I did normally.
I have one thing for today's news, but go on.
Okay. Midnight Suns delayed again.
Yeah, to November.
Do you care
that it's delayed?
About this game? Are you excited for it?
I deeply care about this game. So it's made by Firaxis, who's the studio that revamped the XCOM games, XCOM 1 and 2. Both of those games are very, very good.
I played XCOM.
They're very good.
Interesting game.
And then they did XCOM Chimera Squad, which came out, kind of shadow dropped in 2020, which was like a squad of, like an interspecies squad of cops that's like humans and aliens mixed after occupation that are fighting factions within like the big not occupied. It's post XCOM 2, so like you break the mind control. Sorry.
So
spoilers.
Caleb has a podcast called Bounty Board.
Bounty Board, yep.
And where they talk about video games. And as you can see, it's very easy for him to talk about video games.
Run into that very deeply, yeah.
So we're gonna cross plug real quick right there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, no. So Firaxis is a really good studio, and I think that the direction they're going with Midnight Suns is really interesting. And like an XCOM style game with Marvel characters that has a little bit of a reimagination of what turn-based means going forward is cool. I'm super excited to see what that looks like. Is it?
Zip tie. And we have two other guests in the studio that you guys can't see, and that's Ace and Morty, my dogs.
Excuse my getting up.
And every time we have company, Ace wants to choose something. So
yeah,
that's what we're.
No,
battling.
I'm excited about Midnight Suns. Also, the fact that it exists means that the movie/show could exist, and Marvel's putting together pieces for that too.
Yeah, because Kevin Feige's in charge of all things Marvel at this point. Like not just the movies, the studios that he was, but he's in charge of the comics and the games. And I noticed that when I was reading the Death of Doctor Strange in the comic books, that all the characters were MCU characters.
Yeah.
And so I think that what we're going to get going forward is going to be more of a parallel kind of universe. Yeah. And then, like, I still think they're not going to get rid of characters, of course, in the comic books. But, like, the main big stories are going to be kind of like backdrops to MCU characters. Sure. I don't think they'll ever be connected story-wise because I think that would be too much for Marvel Studios and fans to get their head around. Like, we're not going to get a Death of Doctor Strange movie.
Right, but if we get Doctor Strange that feels like it's in the voice of Benedict Cumberbatch's portrayal of Doctor Strange. Yeah. Then when you read it, you're like, I get this guy.
But I think that's what I got. Like, when I was reading this comic, I was like, man, I've never seen Wong before. And then, like, they just introduced, what is Charlize Theron's character's name? Clea. And, you know, like, there's someone else, and I think America Chavez was in there. Like, it was like that. Kind of like
all these people.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if America Chavez was in it. But, like, it was definitely these characters from the MCU that I'm used to. Now I'm seeing comic books. Because before.
What better way to sell comics?
What a better way to sell comics, because it's kind of like it's just a weird situation where you have these massively successful movies, these billion-dollar movies, and like a comic book industry is still struggling.
It's like barely keeping its head above the water.
There should be lines outside of comic book stores for as much as people love these characters. People are getting Marvel tattoos, and the toys are selling out. Everything is translating except for the source material, which is so weird.
It's weird. It's weird as fuck. It's weird as fuck, man.
But then that's what Midnight Suns, they're hoping that like this should be popular now. Like, this should be mainstream pop culture video game. This would be a AAA title.
Yeah, why not? At this point, why not? And if the game, I don't know if it's going to be based on the game going well, because it's a really niche genre of game. Like, not everybody plays turn-based games.
Yeah.
Like, our friend Ryan, I know for a fact, like, just doesn't fuck with them.
I barely fuck with them, so I'm in the same boat. But I do play some.
Right. But I think that this game coming out and being made is, like, the first notion of, like, we have plans with the Midnight Suns. And now we've got Moon Knight. And we know Daredevil's coming back. We got Doctor Strange, and we've got Punisher, possibly. You know what I mean? Like, we're starting to put together.
Bernthal's already confirmed to be going forward in the MCU.
Right.
So
now we just need a Ghost Rider.
Yeah, and everyone keeps saying like the one from Shield, Agents of Shield was a dope one, and I'm fine with that.
I don't need Johnny Blaze and a motorcycle.
Or bring Nicolas Cage in.
I would only be okay with Johnny Blaze if it was Nicolas Cage.
I would not be mad at that, dude.
I'd be like, you know what? Yes.
I would not be mad at Nicolas Cage.
No. I know people that hate him, and I will stand by. Nicolas Cage is the Nickelback of actors.
I don't know too much about Nickelback. I know people make fun of Nickelback.
You know a Nickelback song, though?
Nope.
Not a single one.
Someone put a gun in my head and said, name a Nickelback song. I could not do that.
But, like, when Spider-Man came out, you remember there was a Nickelback song that came with it.
Was it a Hero?
See? Okay.
There we go.
See? That's why
you had to walk me there.
But that's still why I argue that Nickelback's one of the best bands of all time, because what is a band's goal but to be ubiquitous and everybody know who they are?
And not a house, so not like their music is not resonating through hip hop houses, and I'm a hip hop house.
I mean, sure, but you knew a song.
But because I'm a comic book nerd first. That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
It's still saturation.
All right, fair enough.
Nicolas Cage is the Nickelback of actors. He's done so much. Everyone's seen at least one thing of him in, and he is both good and bad.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He's like Sir Michael Caine. I'll do it.
I'll fucking do it.
I'll do it. Like, I'll just whatever role.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah. So Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider.
No, he can't be. He can't be.
Start the petition. Maybe he could be the Ghost Rider that hands it off to Robbie Reyes.
Sure.
I'm sure that.
Or he could play the role of I don't know. It was the devil in the movies.
Yep.
I don't know what character he was in the comic books. He wasn't Mephisto, was he?
Nicolas Cage is Mephisto. Let's go.
Hey, fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it, dude.
Why not?
We got fucking Harry Styles in the MCU. Bring in Nicolas Cage, right?
Yeah, sure.
We got fucking a dude from what? Was he from One Direction or some shit?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, fucking yeah. It's open.
Well, fuck it. Let's go.
What are you doing? You're Ghost Rider. Come on.
Hey,
Getting spicy over there.
we ain't do shit.
So I think people lose faith in.
What? Here, have your bone. Shut up.
This is why he gets kicked out. Video games, Marvel video games in particular, have a bad rap. Avengers sucked.
Oh,
bad.
But like you got three Ultimate Alliance games that were
look,
beloved.
Very beloved.
Spider-Man games have been good.
Very niche.
Almost ever.
Very niche though.
Yeah.
Alliance is niche. Not your average gamer. It's not AAA.
I'm pissed that the first two might have been, but the third one, I'm pissed that it was a Switch only game. Fuck off. I wanted to play that game, and it was about the Black Order.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Anyway, Spider-Man games have been good for decades.
Decades? Decades? What are we talking
Shattered
about?
Dimensions was great. Spider-Man 2 that was on the original PlayStation was great. The Amazing Spider-Man, the first game, good. The second one, poop. And then the Spider-Man game that we got on PS4 is incredible, and we're getting a sequel.
I would say that's the best one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you'd like to see things get better and better as technology gets better and better.
Well, yeah.
And you can better live the fantasy of being Spider-Man.
When you were what year were you born?
91.
Okay, when you were running around looking up at things, I was playing the Marvel X-Men game, which was on Sega Genesis. I rented a Sega Genesis, and it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the cabinet game, right? That they ported to console.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was very good. But I do feel like comic book video games still have a long way to go, especially with Marvel.
Yeah. Well, Avengers did them no favors.
Yeah.
100%.
No, I keep hearing good things about Guardians. I know you and Ben are playing it.
Fucking great. The first couple hours, you're gonna be like, "This isn't Peter Quill. This isn't Drax that I know."
Right.
But then within 3 hours, you will be like, "Oh, it's the same dudes."
Oh, cool.
It rules.
Okay.
It rules. To the point that Amanda watched me play a couple times and started talking like Drax.
No.
So Charlie didn't understand something, and she was like, "I will paint a picture with words." And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, Drax is so good."
That's dope.
I will paint a picture with words, Peter Quill. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
This is right along the lines of this. The new news thing is something that I saw this morning while I was taking my dog to the vet. Apparently, announced today, there's a guy that's a personality for Kind of Funny Games Daily. Named Blessing Adeoye. And he's hosting the first ever Disney and Marvel Games Showcase Friday, September 9th.
I saw you say what?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
We know that EA is working on a Black Panther game that's going to be open world and single player.
Okay.
If Kevin Feige has his fingers in all of this stuff, making this stuff happen, the fact that we're getting a Black Panther game makes me even more convinced that we're going to have a solid stand-in for Black Panther at the end of this next movie. But it's a Disney and Marvel game showcase, so we'll probably see Marvel stuff. We'll probably see Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Disney and Marvel have never done a video game showcase of their own, so I'm very fucking interested what this is.
And that's Friday?
September 9th.
September 9th.
So a month. Well, less than.
Less than a month.
A couple weeks. It's September. It's August 16th right now.
16th.
A little less than a month. Anyway,
Yeah.
Unimportant. Yeah, we'll probably see some Midnight Suns. We'll probably see... it would be cool to see Black Panther. We'll definitely see the Ubisoft Star Wars game that they've been working on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
More Marvel games. We'll probably see some Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
There'll be some Wolverine? Doubtful.
That looks
Maybe
good too, though.
Wolverine. Yeah.
All right. Well, moving off of video games, because we have a lot to talk about still.
Yes, much.
The big news today is on Twitter for Marvel is She-Hulk.
Yes. Why is that today?
Because they had the premiere last night. They had the world premiere last night, and it comes out tonight.
Tonight at 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m., which I'll probably stay up for because I'm that excited for it.
Yeah. Is it a double episode drop or just single?
Everyone at the premiere saw 4 episodes.
So
I probably don't think they'll do 4 episodes for us.
No.
So I probably think it's going to be 2. They probably should be 1 because I think the
How
way they're
many
only doing
we're getting?
6, I think. But everyone except for Heavy Spoilers is happy about it and said that she's that thing. She's like
Okay.
she's legit.
Heavy Spoilers. What was their beef?
He just I can't really remember offhand. I just know that his was different than everyone else's because they worded it all the same. Like I premiered 4 episodes last night. Like they all started with the same sentence. Sure. And, everyone was pretty positive, but Heavy Spoilers was like, he didn't really feel the story. He didn't like where it was going, but we're not going to focus on negative, focus on positive. Yeah. Jay Stoops, which is, she's that thing within the Marvel world. She loved it. Okay. So I'm excited about it. Jamil is in it. Jamil is in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I love her. I hope she's in it a lot. I don't think she is.
She's a bad guy.
I think she's a bad guy, which is awesome. It's very awesome. I'm excited about She-Hulk.
I'm confused as to why I'm excited. I don't think I've seen enough to be like, this show's gonna be great. But also, I just have a feeling it's gonna be great. And I don't know where that comes from.
To me, She-Hulk has always been the shit in the comic books.
Sure.
And she's always been fun. She's she's clearly gonna break the fourth wall, which we haven't gotten in MCU yet. We get it with Deadpool and Sony, but we haven't got that here. So
I mean, Wanda definitely looks at the viewers.
That's different than just like talking to the camera.
100%. It looks like they're doing the Fleabag thing, which I think we talked about last time. 100% down. I like criminal. I like courtroom dramas. I like watching those. Mm-hmm. I used to. I don't watch TV really anymore, except for Netflix and shit. But like, used to watch Law and Order with my mom growing up all the time.
I don't think we're getting that though. I think this is going to be a fun version of that.
No, 100%. What I'm saying is I like those pieces. Yeah. And if they play with those pieces in a way that feels MCU, fine. Yeah. Yeah. Also, we're going to get Matt Murdock, who's wearing
yellow,
a different suit.
Yeah, which is comic accurate. Which I just give me all the comic accurate you got because she's a 7-foot tall green monster now, you know what I mean? So like we don't have to do practical outfits. Like one thing that bothered me about X-Men is like you have this guy, right? This Hugh Jackman guy has adamantium claws coming out of his skin
and can sniff things like a dog.
Yeah, and goes into rage berserk mode.
But the yellow and black suit's too much.
Yellow and black's too much?
Bitch.
Or brown? Like you can't give me the brown and yellow?
And gold suit?
Yeah, like why are we trying to force it has to be realistic? Nothing about this is realistic. And that's kind of why
and they did it with his hair instead,
which is like kind of iconic. You have to iconic,
but like from an outsider, stupid,
super stupid, super stupid. But Wolverine, that's his thing, right? That's his thing. And saying bub and smoking a cigar.
You call me blob.
but he's also really short, so they never got that out, right? But are you ready for, after as many seasons, we got 3 seasons of Daredevil, and we're going to get a 4th one.
That is as long as all 3 seasons of Daredevil.
Yeah. Are you okay with a lighter side Daredevil? Because that's what we're getting. This is Matt Murdock. This is, what's the actor's name? Charlie Cox. This is him. We don't know if it's a continuation. May not be.
Probably not.
Are you okay with a lighter side Daredevil? Because that's what we're getting.
How do we know that's what we're getting?
Because they literally said it. They literally said this is the lighter side Daredevil. Get ready. Kevin Feige said it.
I mean,
you okay with that? Doesn't it go against how we feel about our Daredevil?
It's less Daredevil and more Kingpin. Kingpin, I don't like lighter side Kingpin. He's a fucking monster.
No, I don't think we're gonna get that.
And like the Kingpin that was door checking people until they were headless. I want that guy back.
I think we're gonna get that back.
But Daredevil can't be clean and fight that guy.
But he can have a lighter side. Like,
yeah, sure.
And if they can turn Thor into a lighter side,
yeah, that's valid.
And come back from that, because when Thor, when he's down, I mean, Chris Hemsworth is a great actor. He's down. You can see it. Have
you ever thought about how fucking good Chris Hemsworth is at like portraying being like fucking broken?
He does both.
He's
done with Thor. He took the assignment, understood it, and delivered it every time.
Rewrote the assignment himself.
Because he was literally spoken as if he was in a Greek mythology book the first 2 movies. Mm-hmm. First 2 movies.
First 2, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that shit got beat out of him.
Yeah.
And I fucking love Thor. Anyway, I'm confident that Kevin Feige's not going to fuck up Daredevil. That's what I'm confident.
I think he's going to give him another dimension, which is something that Netflix couldn't do.
Sure.
Because Netflix was in a pocket. Yeah, and they did that pocket very well.
Yeah.
They did all their pockets very well except for Iron Fist. I will always dunk on Iron Fist.
Yeah, dunk on it. That's fine.
But
I want that kid to come back though.
I do too.
And I want
Shang-Chi
to be like,
I want justification. I want retribution for him. Yeah. I want him to be redeemed.
Yeah.
I want to see him and what's the guy's name? Coulter? Is it David?
Yeah.
What's his first name? Michael. Mike Coulter.
Mike Coulter.
I want him to be in a movie together or a show together.
Yeah.
Like I want that dynamic.
I want Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Let's go.
I want that shit.
And yeah, so I
Just like the Marvel White Man Can't Jump.
Right?
But Power Man and Iron Fist.
I love that.
I'm done. I'm sold. Let's go.
Actually, can we just give me Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson as Iron Fist? I feel like someone needs to make that into a poster.
Yeah, that needs to happen 100%.
Ace, you want attention? We're not giving you attention. All right. So next on my list is Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito, yep.
Says that he met with Marvel.
Congrats on just wrapping up Better Call Saul.
I need to watch Better Call Saul, but I
need
think
to watch Breaking Bad. Go on.
Wow. Fucking wow. He says that he's talked about 3 different roles with Marvel. Like he's like Tom Holland right now. Like he's like spilling beans, but I think it's calculated. Yeah. And he says what he wants to play though, out of the characters that it could be, is Professor X. And
what are the other ones?
Doom.
Yep.
And I forgot the third one because I'm horrible.
Mr. Fantastic.
No way. No shot. I'm super.
Hush.
I'm super into him being Professor X.
It's interesting. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
No.
I'm so curious what they're gonna do with the X-Men.
Me too.
Because like there's a lot of history that you can't just be written out.
Thank you. All right, so we were talking about
Giancarlo
Esposito,
yeah,
Black and Italian.
Yep.
He's pretty awesome.
Yep.
First time I saw him do the right thing. He was the guy with the Jordan 4s, and they stepped on his kicks.
In the movie Do the Right Thing?
Yeah.
I said the first time I saw him do the right thing.
First time I saw him was, I might have said it really fast.
Yeah, I was like,
first time I saw him.
What was the first time you saw him do the right thing? Gotcha.
Do the right thing was the first time I saw him do the right thing.
Yep, there you go. You got it right there. No, I love him. He's great. Moff Gideon, for those of you who don't know, from Mandalorian. Also, the dude from Breaking Bad. Guy, Gus Fring.
Gus.
Fring, who owns the chicken place.
La Pollo Jamonas.
Yeah. The Chicken Man. He's great. I like everything that he's in.
He could be Professor X.
He's really good at. He's also in The Boys. He runs Vought.
Yes, he. Oh.
Whoa! No, spoiler alert.
I didn't say anything.
No, you didn't.
I didn't say anything.
Started to maybe
started to.
No.
He's awesome. Awesome actor.
He's good at good, which he doesn't do very often, because he's very good at bad.
I think I'm very happy that he's kind of he was pretty young in Do the Right Thing, and like probably 30s.
Sure.
Or probably early 30s. And now that he's older, he's got like this crazy resurgence in these crazy franchises, and they're all like
they're all great roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really did his thing with Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I would fuck with him as
Professor
Dr.
X.
Professor X.
Professor X. Me. But I don't think it could be Patrick Stewart. It can't be Patrick Stewart because
he said Dr. Freeze was the other one.
No, it didn't.
Yep.
Was he being funny?
I think so.
I don't really. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably all this might be just smoke.
It's literally all might be smoke.
Yeah, but I could still see that.
Some things.
I can still see that.
Yeah. You imagine getting a check from Kevin Feige for like $10,000 to like, hey, can you do a marketing campaign for me and just say you talked to me?
Yeah, but I mean, they
it would work.
Emily Blunt said she talked to Marvel when John Krasinski walked in the office. That leaked.
If they don't do John and Emily as
last episode, I definitely said I'm okay with Chris Evans being Johnny Storm, and I meant that shit. I meant that shit, dude.
Fuck it. Let's do the Fantastic. Let's do the Storm family, but they're all older.
All the hints. I don't know if they're just like playing with our balls, but all the hints are like they're not going to do John Krasinski. Like, oh, that was just this universe's.
That was all the hints before the movie, though, too.
No, they recently said the same thing, shared the same sentiments, or at least that's what's going around on the rumor mill. But we need that. I need John Krasinski to be.
Yeah, it would be so shitty if it was just one 10-minute role.
Yeah, because he can do it. He could be in the MCU for a long time and being Mr. Fantastic.
And he would love it.
Yeah.
And they've tried to use him several times. Like he was gonna screen test as Captain America.
Did you know Chris Evans turned down Captain America?
No.
Because he was scared that it would be too much for him. and like people wouldn't like him, and he had to go to therapy before he accepted the role. Now, the only reason why I know
That's
this
amazing.
is because today that like, did you know in Captain America, like them TikToks,
that guy, yeah.
that's what I saw. So
Did you know in
Did you
Captain
know?
America when Chris Evans was walking down set? I hate that guy's voice, but every fact is like, damn.
yeah, like, did you know?
I put up with it.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
If you listen to our podcast, I don't hate your voice,
right.
but you know, fix it.
Yeah.
I'm beyond fucking puzzled what we're gonna do, what we're gonna see with the X-Men.
With the MC dudes, we can do literally all episodes about who can they cast for this person.
We could do an episode dedicated to every X-Men character.
Oh my god, yeah.
Be
Oh
like,
my god, yeah.
Who should be Cyclops?
I think the whole
Henry
X-Men.
Cavill. Move on.
Oh wait. Oh my god, I saw something today that Henry Cavill might be in. What was it? He was playing. Oh my god, I just saw it. I have to look it up, and I have to make it's horrible breaks in time.
It's bad audio, but it's not bad audio because we're joking about it the whole time. I think Henry Cavill could make the MCU jump. He's done with DC.
Yeah.
They fucked him over too much. Oh, you want to be Superman, but have
Hyperion
like 7? Oh my god.
and Loki season 2.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, cast Henry Cavill as fucking John. I forgot Nova's name.
Oh, the Nova.
Well, I forgot Nova's name. John something. John Richter.
What is Nova's name?
Cast him as fucking Nova. That'd be fine. Because they got an axe to grind right now. Because Thanos killed half of them. Not dusted half of them. Thanos killed
Richard
half
Rider.
of them. Richard Rider.
Yeah.
Dick
yeah.
Rider?
Yeah, you literally call him Dick Rider. I would love the
If Nova
a movie from Nova where they go back to Thanos, bring back Josh Brolin in a flashback
yeah,
of him fucking up the Nova
and
Corps,
have Rich Rider survive that
like be
shit.
the only person on the planet to survive, because that's kind of comic accurate.
Yeah. And then like I want the Nova's world mind to show up again. I need that.
Yeah.
The big AI that runs their shit. I need Adam Warlock and Nova to have a beef.
Mm-hmm.
I need all that shit. So like I don't.
Yeah.
Yes, Henry Cavill in the MCU, Hyperion rules.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like because we're so close to filming right now, Loki 2, that there might be a little where there's smoke, there's fire, because they got set photos going all over the place for Loki 2. Mm-hmm. He might be already in that.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Did you know? And Batman, the Rise of the Dark Knight Rises, that fucking the tombstone that was on set
It was supposed to be.
didn't say his
It
name.
didn't say Bruce Wayne. It said it. Talia, whatever her character's name was, Talia Ghul's.
Michelle Tate.
Yes, Michelle Tate's character name. And in order to trick everybody, they had Bruce Wayne on set.
And they changed the tombstone with After Effects.
Yeah, in post.
Fucking wild.
Did you know that we watch too much TikTok?
We are TikTok algorithms have lined up.
You know what? It's so funny because out of our friend group, I get TikToks. They share me TikToks, and I'm like, yeah, I've already seen this. Like,
Our friend group gets the same shit.
you know my taste, and I
The number
appreciate
of times
it.
I get a TikTok from someone and I tap on it and it's already got a heart in it, I'm like, oh, I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen this one too. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. What else you got?
Anthony Ramos cast as the Hood and Ironheart.
Seen some photos of that too.
This is completely a character that I have very little information on.
No idea.
Obviously, because I feel like
I was like, Red Hood? Oh shit. Nope.
no, the Hood. Yeah, I'm excited for it though. Anthony Ramos is a dope actor. If I'm not mistaken, he's the guy that's in the. What is he in?
The movie.
He's in that one movie. Yeah, that's the guy. He was in the fucking Crown Royal commercial. But he's from Broadway musical. But he did a thing that got a lot of love, and I forgot the name of it.
It's kind of like Tena Huerta, who's playing Namor, right? Like they did really good in. I think Tena Huerta was in a season of True Detective,
Okay.
and they were like, "Yeah, this guy's got talent." Namor. Anthony Ramos seems like that guy.
Yeah, I mean he's a theater trained actor.
Sure.
I can't remember what he was in. Oh, in The Heights. That's what I know.
Heights.
The Heights.
Yeah.
So I'm dope
Wait,
about that.
Is that musical?
No, I don't think it is a musical. It's
Lin-Manuel Miranda directed?
no, Usnavi. Oh, that's this character name. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. That was on HBO.
Guy knows his shit.
I just spent too much time on the internet.
Yeah,
That's
we all do.
it is.
We all do. Have you ever been without Wi-Fi for a long period of time? It's worst.
Yeah, you want to pull my eyes out.
Yeah.
Spoon.
Yeah. So Ironheart, I don't know anything about her. I don't know. I don't need to know much.
Nah.
I got mad at Twitter because there was a fight on Twitter about like, what gives her the right to be Iron Man? She never met Iron Man. She can't be the new Iron Man. Like, she doesn't train. We haven't seen her train, or some dumb shit like that. And I was like, you're just saying that because she's a black woman.
Remember the guys that were dressed up as Batman in Batman? That's this. Except she doesn't seem like a piece of shit.
Yeah. Which is the same reason we get Ms. Marvel. She sees a hero, idolizes it. Kate Bishop saw Hawkeye, idolized him. We're drafting.
We're drafting Young Avengers right now.
We're drafting Young Avengers right now. Which
is
what happens
literally just kids wanting to live up to be their heroes.
And now we get to see these kids go from being kids to being young adults with all the burden it has to come with it. Tom Holland fuck around be one of the leaders of that shit.
There are going to be Young Avengers that end up going to Xavier's School for Gifted Kids.
You think so?
Yes. The Young Avengers, college-age kids.
Miss Marvel has to because now
college-age kid, exactly.
Now they made her a mutant when she's not really a mutant she's inhuman, but that's too complicated.
It is a gene that gets activated, just not the same one.
Yeah, through the gas.
Through the gas that AIM puts out, which we got to see some of AIM, right?
Well, AIM historically didn't put it out in the comic books.
Yeah, not AIM. What am I thinking of? It's AIM.
But that's not in the comic books, though.
Well, no, it's
the Terrigen gas. Terrigen gas. I don't know much about Inhumans either, so like I'm at a disadvantage here. It's like
Blackagar Boltagon is the only one I know from it.
About that, what is
he goes Blackagar Boltagon, and he goes hit again, It's stupid.
So good. Yeah. So I'm excited about Ironheart. Obviously, setting up Young Avengers. Yes. So we're setting up so many things right now. Is it too much? Are they doing too much? Because like I felt like it was.
We're getting two Avengers movies.
A happy accident with what we got with the MCU, right? Like, let's do Iron Man.
If it was an accident, dog.
Yeah. No, I think because obviously Disney wasn't a part of the picture. No, I'm not sure. I'm sure Kevin Feige was a part of it, but he wasn't in the role that he's in now. You had a shot in the dark with Iron Man. You had a dark shot with the Incredible Hulk, and then you're like, well, that's not going to work. But we got this working, so let's do Iron Man again.
Let's do Iron Man again, and then
let's do Captain America.
Kenneth Branagh direct Thor.
They did Thor. Then they did Captain America. I think they were like putting feelers out and seeing what hit.
This is, I think.
But I think now like they're in this situation where it all came together so beautifully. Yeah. They're trying to recreate that magic.
That's the fear, I think. I think Kevin Feige's too smart to try and recapture something. I think he knows that train's departed, and right now it's about building new connections.
I think the MCU was an accident.
I would argue the first 10 movies of the MCU could be argued an accident. The last 13 cannot.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no fucking way.
Well, now it's like it's calculated.
It's all calculated now. So like the Young Avengers, the thing I think we maybe have talked about this, but the thing I love about the MCU right now is it's starting to turn into the comics, where I really like the Young Avengers. Watch their shit. I don't really fuck with the Celestial stuff.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch that shit. You don't have to.
It's so funny. It's so funny when people say that, but it's kind of the realest shit.
It's the realest
like if you don't
shit.
like it, don't watch it. Simple as that. Listen, like
it's the argument for Star Wars and Star Trek that I always have with people. Is that like Star Trek's community doesn't fight each other as much because it's been around for 65 years.
Star Trek,
and there's a ton of it.
Star Trek doesn't give a fuck about Star Wars community.
No. That's not what I'm saying. The Star Trek community doesn't fight with each other.
They don't.
Because like there's a ton of Star Trek.
It's for everybody.
There's like 8 movies and 10 shows over 65, 70 years.
Yeah.
So like I like Deep Space Nine. I like For Next Generation.
Cool.
I don't fuck with the other one though. Fine. You've got 10 seasons of a thing to watch that like you can enjoy. And like Star Wars fans are like, well, I didn't like this. And they don't have as much content to go back and go, they've only got 9 movies.
I don't think they have much content because in the same words as Mark Ruffalo said this last week, they get the same thing over and over again. Yeah. Star Wars gets the same thing over and over again in different ways.
Taika's Star Wars movie is exciting.
Yeah.
It's hopefully going to be different. And we're getting a Jude Law-led Star Wars show about some kids on like the edge of the galaxy trying to like get back home, getting chased by some guy that like captures kids. And Jude Law's playing that guy, and they were like, it's gonna be the darkest Star Wars show we've ever made.
Darker than Rogue One.
Give me all that shit.
Yeah. And
give me all that different shit. Rogue One, give me all the different shit, because that's the stuff that rules.
Yeah.
And I think the MCU is starting to get into that now. So we're getting like the multiversal. If you like wacky, zany, trying to make your brain wrap around this shit, watch Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, all this quantum realm shit. If you like the ground levels, we got Daredevil, we got Spider-Man, who's ground level again because nobody remembers him. And then we're getting Punisher and Moon Knight. She-Hulk,
which is to their testament. That's amazing because I thought like they'd get stuck in cosmic, like by going.
As soon as Guardians 2 came out, I was like, this is where we're gonna go.
Even with same thing. I thought the same thing. But even with Endgame, how big it was, and I thought to myself, how can you get back grounded? You know what I'm saying? Like how can you? Because the first 10 years are ground stories.
Yeah, and then
it slowly trickles up into space. And I love how they address it in Endgame, like who's been in space before, like
yeah, right, yeah, or even in No Way Home when the Spider-Mans are talking to the Spider-Mans are talking to each other, and Peter's like, our Peter is like, I've been to space fighting aliens, and they're like, what?
Yeah,
the fuck?
There's aliens. Like,
there's aliens.
So dope.
I wish I was cool like that.
But they're doing a good job of bringing it back down to earth, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah, I think they're fracturing it. They're gonna let the Guardians and the Eternals do the space shit.
Also, everyone's mad, and I'm mad too. There's a big ass celestial just hanging out, just.
Did we talk about this?
It's been 3 years. No, I don't think we did. But they need to address it.
There's one show that takes place after that happened.
Which one's that?
Miss Marvel.
They need to address it. They should address it. They have to address it. They have to address it eventually.
At some point. Does anybody know it happened?
They had to. How are we having? I know Stark is gone and he was watching the world, but so is the fucking government.
Hammer Industries.
Apparently, also this is new news. Sokovia cores are coming back as a relevant issue. So
yeah, sure.
Which might be She-Hulk.
Ross.
Yeah.
He's dead.
In real life.
William Hurt's died.
Rest in peace.
But the Ross from Black Panther, Everett Ross.
You mentioned this.
Could be his kid.
You mentioned this.
So is he going to take up the Sokovia Accords thing again? Because I don't think he would be.
That wouldn't be in his character.
Being that he's with Wakanda, on Wakanda's side with shit.
Yeah.
Keep your shit to yourself if you'd like. That's fine. I just want to see Red Hulk. Because I think Red Hulk is where we see Hulk come back. Our Hulk come back.
Is that possible?
Military Hulk shows up, does something that either hurts someone that Ruffalo Hulk loves, or just pisses Hulk.
It's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot to explain. Like now he's back being.
No, it's not gonna be a lot to explain. They explained Hulk going away in one fight scene.
It's true.
And then all you need is like him getting his ass kicked for Hulk to come back out mad and be like, "Oh, he's back," because like Bruce's life is on the fucking line now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was what I was saying with like I think this Hulk being watered down is deliberate. Like I think they've got a story for Ruffalo. They've got to. His character's too good.
They've been running back and forth with him in Bruce Banner form and Hulk form, even in this show coming up.
Which I didn't think he could come out of it.
He's been doing both.
Because the Endgame he was Grey Hulk.
But then at the end of Shang-Chi,
at the end of Endgame he's hurt and still Grey Hulk, and you're like, so he's stuck as Grey Hulk.
He wasn't Grey Hulk, was he in Endgame?
Yeah.
Grey Hulk?
Yeah, the Hulk that is intelligent is Grey Hulk.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. At the end of Endgame, after he snaps, his arm's fucked up.
I thought it was Professor Hulk for some reason. I don't know why I thought it was Professor Hulk.
I think it might be Professor Hulk. Grey Hulk is
literally just Grey Hulk.
Big and angry, but talks.
Yeah.
This is Professor Hulk.
So I thought the closest thing we got to Grey Hulk would have been Thor.
Yes, probably, because he's not like rage monster. I hated the voice articulation on that. Just get a voice actor.
You know what was great? This is very random, and because I love doing this podcast because it puts me back all in the MCU feels. Is when Mark Ruffalo's like, "You don't want me, you want the Hulk. This is gross."
Yeah. It's great. And he jumps out of the spaceship and and then gets up. What was I saying? Well, yeah. So he's Professor Hulk and hurt at the end of Endgame, and then in Shang-Chi he shows up with a hurt arm, but Bruce. And I was like, oh, okay, so he can go back, but he can't get fixed. And then She-Hulk is like, no, he's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. They have to. Do they have to explain that to me? Do you care?
They will.
You think they will?
It's the MCU, dog. They will.
Yeah.
They don't do anything and not explain it.
Yeah.
So far, except for Celestials.
Yeah.
Peter Quill's a fucking Celestial.
Half. But that chance, if with the Guardians 2, that chances for him being immortal and a god is over. He is now immortal.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense that like Eros and Athena show up.
Yeah.
In Guardians. Right?
Yeah.
Why not? I love the MCU right now. Celestial, multiversal, Young Avengers.
I mean, the fact that
level.
we've gotten glimpse at what is it? The Living Tribunal. So dope.
Great.
Let's go.
Let's go.
let's talk about something that's not epic, in my opinion.
Oh, it's great. I'm sure.
I Am Groot.
Yeah.
I Am Groot.
I Am Groot.
It's cute. You haven't watched it yet.
I haven't.
You have kids. You should watch it with them.
I'm gonna watch it with my kids. That's why I haven't watched it
You
yet.
should watch it. I think they'll like it. I don't like it at all.
It's
But
all right. Did you like Moana?
it's not for me. No, I never saw Moana.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I do think it's cute. I got these subscription Funkos of Groot, and Groot is cute.
It's cute
Now,
as fuck, dog.
The realization, though, that we actually lost Groot. This is not the same Groot. This is his baby.
Yeah, well, Groot died in the first Guardians.
Yeah,
Sure.
he died, and that's so sad.
Yeah,
because he was a murderer.
Growing up,
He was a murderer, and little baby Groot's a murderer too.
Yeah, he's just an asshole about it.
Yeah, he's such an asshole. I like how they're two different personalities.
I love that he's like, I am Groot, and everyone's like,
"Whoa,
watch your mouth."
Got some sass on you since you grew a sap.
I love that shit. It's great.
One of my favorite parts of the I Am Groot, though, and this is a spoiler. I'm going to spoil it for you, but not. They're non-sequential stories.
There's no judgment. It's a kid show.
But Rocket Raccoon's in one, and it's just fucking great.
Yeah.
And it is Vin Diesel's voice, so they're not. They don't. That's my favorite part about the Disney Plus shows is they don't skimp.
Yeah.
Now they did skimp a little bit on What If with some of the voice actors, but that's fine, right?
You can tell too.
Because when you had Michael B. Jordan, and then you had, I don't know, it wasn't
Benedict
Cumberbatch and
Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, that's gonna break my heart. I'm crying so hard at Wakanda Forever.
Oh, I'm just gonna hook up so like bibs tuck into your shirt. I'm just gonna tuck tissues into my bottom eyelids.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see that. Like I can honestly do a show with Groot and Raccoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I kind of feel like the fact that they're doing this lets you know that like the end for Guardians 3 is not going to be the end all of the franchise.
I think Drax and Quill are going to bite it.
I think so too. And I want Drax to bite it. No offense.
Well, his family's dead. He's got to see them again. And we've established that the afterlife is real.
Yeah. And in different universe, in different iterations.
And that another thing that I've gleaned from the game is that the Catathians, that is what Drax is, have their own idea of heaven.
Yeah.
And like, I want to see Drax.
A field of flowers or some shit. Didn't they mention
something like that? I want to see Drax with his family. We've established that like there's happy endings post death for these characters. Let him have it.
Yeah.
And then Quill gets to hang out with his mom.
I think it's cool too, though, but because they did it. I talked about it earlier with who did I talk about it with when they killed Loki, right? Mm-hmm. And we're getting a new Gamora. This is a new Gamora. Our Gamora is also quite dead. So even if it's the end of a storyline, it's not like they've gotten to a point where they're in a pocket. They're in a comic book pocket now. Mm-hmm. They're in like the most comic book pocket a movie's ever been in, where you can kill a character and bring them back. So like that's literally comic books.
Yep.
It's literally. I remember when they killed Superman.
Do you remember
the time? So I'm switching songs. But I remember when they killed Superman, and in the 90s, people were freaking the fuck out. No, I'm talking about when Doomsday killed Superman, and it was like
in the movie.
No,
I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry.
No, it was around the same time that they broke Batman's back, and like the whole world
everyone was
like,
what are we doing?
What the fuck? Like the whole generation, other generations before that who were in the comic books, they probably get used to it, right?
Sure.
Because like that's what happens, right?
Yeah, but like young folks are like, hold on.
Like what?
Hold on, what?
So now what are you gonna do, DC? And like I think now like we're bringing it into they always have to introduce the concepts from the comic books slowly to the masses. Sure. So now we're introducing this like variant, which is kind of for me the purpose of Loki, and the purpose of WandaVision almost to an extent, like a buildup of that, right? Because we leave that with a new Vision, new Viz, White Vision,
old Viz though.
Nah, this is different Viz.
It's different, but it is actually the body of the original.
It is
Vision.
but is it the same?
We don't know.
Which brings up the question that was such geniusly put into the
ship of Theseus.
The ship of Theseus, so genius.
Great. We don't know if this Vision's gonna have his thought. When the fuck does he show back up?
I saw concept art that he's in Secret Wars.
Of course he fucking is.
I saw concept art of it. Oh, it's so exciting.
Also, as he searches for meaning, what's to say he doesn't become a Herald of Galactus or some shit?
Well, I don't want that either because I
just want Norrin Rand.
That's not him. He's not that guy.
I would love him to show up and Norrin Rand be like, "No, I'm better," and then re-kill Viz. Just buy him. It's fine.
Just Viz keeps dying because he's a robot. He's a toaster. I know we had that fight.
Fucking microwave.
Okay, so let's talk about why TD was saying that Hercules. He didn't know that Hercules was in the Marvel until he worked on Love and Thunder, and I think a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, sure.
I knew that because I knew that Loki and Thor are Greek mythology characters,
and
Zeus
Odin exists,
and then Zeus is Greek mythology, but I didn't.
And Athena.
I knew, not Athena, but Athena, but I knew that Hercules was a part of it. But those are the type of shit that I ignored because as a kid, I was a super Greek mythology guy. I read books. Like
there
I
was
was
like a big Thor and Hercules run in like the 80s.
Yeah. But I never paid attention to it because I was like, why are these Greek mythology people in Marvel? Like what's happening here?
Sure.
But it's dope.
Yeah.
And I understand. And people are like, oh, how'd you not know that? Like nobody knew that shit. Like no one really like. If you think of Thor, you now think of Marvel. But 20 years ago, you probably thought about Marvel too. But you also thought about Greek mythology. But when you speak of Odin, you have to think of Greek mythology.
Norse, but yes.
Norse. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right.
You're fine.
But they're still Norse and Greek are very similar, and they have the same
gods
people.
Are all assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
funny as fuck to me, because this is the same movie set where Taika asked Natalie Portman if she wanted to be in his Star Wars movie, because he forgot she'd been in Star Wars before. So I think Taika's just high all the time. And just making fun shit.
Yeah.
He literally was like, "You want to be in a Star Wars movie?" And she was like, "Bitch, I'm Vader's mom."
like literally, like
I'm Vader's wife.
I'm in that pocket already. What are you even saying?
I'm Luke's mom, bitch. The fuck?
This last question that I have prepared for this episode is you saw this earlier and you look pretty stumped. What's the best Marvel inspired song?
Yeah.
And I have two, and you saw what I have.
You do. Oh, I didn't.
You didn't read?
I didn't read the song. No. What are they?
The first one is Loki's theme by Natalie Holt.
Like score song.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
But that's my favorite. I listened to
That's a possibility.
Yeah. I got three. I have three Marvel songs. No, so I'm thinking about the green theme. I'm thinking of the dun 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 dun.
Oh. So apparently the fucking main theme of Loki is actually Kang's theme.
Fuck out of here, dude.
Natalie Holt later was like, it's Kang's theme.
Why is she so perfect?
She's great.
And she's so young.
People talk shit about Obi-Wan's music, but that's because John Williams tried to get too involved in it. She's the first woman to ever score a Star Wars anything.
She's the shit.
She rules.
I follow her on Twitter now. She's the shit. So yeah, that green theme from Natalie Holt, I listen to that religiously. So I got three. The second one is Agatha All Along. I don't think I've ever connected to a song within a show or movie.
Marvel inspired. I'm just making sure it doesn't have to be MCU because I do have some.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it has to be Marvel inspired.
But not MCU specifically.
I was leaning towards MCU because with Mcdudes, but I'll take it.
I'll find a couple. Keep going.
Yeah. So Agatha All Along, I love it. I listen to it all the time. It's one of the best produced songs. Period.
And it's her singing.
It is her singing. The producers is I think it's a couple, a wife and husband.
Yeah, they did the music for fucking Frozen.
Yeah, no, but they're so good. Like they captured all the timepieces but Agatha All Along, it puts the narrative so hard and it was so dope as a song, like musically. Yeah. And like it was just a big ass plot twist. I love that shit. Like I listen to it all the time. Erin knows every word to the song and she didn't want to. Like I play it that much.
Yeah, sure.
And my last one, and this is because I guess my last one is not MCU. It's Sony. Venom by Eminem.
I don't know if I've heard that song.
Get the fuck out!
I haven't seen the first Venom, dog.
What are you even saying to me right now, bro?
I've seen the second one.
Hold on a second. So I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna mute.
Yeah.
I had to mute because we don't want to get copyright stricken.
Thanks, YouTube.
But yeah, those are my favorite songs inspired by the MCU.
You leaned at me
by Marvel. I did.
It
took me a second, but actually, Venom is in the MCU now. So what are you saying?
I mean, yeah, I guess. So two of mine are Spider-Man.
You gonna say Sunflower?
The Danny Elfman theme from the original Spider-Man. Bum, 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 bum.
I don't know that.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
Yeah.
That shit hits me, and when it plays during No Way Home, It fucking rules.
Don't even know that song.
You've heard it recently, because every time Tobey Maguire is on screen in No Way Home, it plays his theme.
I'll look it up now.
What's Up, Danger? From Into the Spider-Verse.
Who's that?
I have no idea. Blackway. I've listened to their music outside of What's Up, Danger, and it is no good. Blackway and Black Caviar. Did What's Up, Danger? My daughter loves that song and sings it with so much energy.
Yeah. Shout out Danny Elfman for always
Mute again.
remuting.
Spider-Verse.
Dope. You could have said Sunflower and I've been alright with that too, but I don't think that's inspired by it. Or they made it for it, but I don't think
it's made for Spider-Man. Yeah. And then the fucking Marvel fanfare. Bum 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 bum. I fucking love that.
It's so good.
It's so fucking good. And it's not the original.
No.
There was one before that.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that until iTunes got rid of the one that Charlie used to listen to, and we put the other one up. Yeah, the Marvel fanfare. Every time it starts in any Marvel movie, I'm like, yep.
I'm very happy.
Yep.
But I'm also happy when they don't use it.
When they don't use it,
Weird.
I'm like, oh,
Weird, right? Weird, right? It's a
Yeah.
weird phenomenon. Like
Yeah.
I'm so used to it, but like when they don't do
it's
it.
not used, I'm like, oh, we're doing something.
Okay, where are we going with this? Because they had a Moon Knight episode, they didn't use it, and it was hard. It was so good. And then fucking the first episode of Miss Marvel was Weekend. Which I'm a Weekend.
I was like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah,
sold.
I'm
This is
here.
great.
I'm here.
Doing it. Let's go.
So it's amazing that they can use it where we love it, and then when we don't use it, we love it.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
I think we might simp for shit.
Yeah. I've done everything but get an actual Marvel like logo tattoo, which I've thought about it. I've thought
I
about
almost
it.
got a Stan Lee tattoo when we were in Comic-Con. I wanted to get the glasses and the mustache.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, at this point, as long as no scandals come up, like him like punching black babies as a kid. Like,
I mean, he stole a lot of credit for shit, but
he did it better than fucking
than
Kane.
DC, yeah, than
But
Bob Kane.
Yeah. And but it still sucks because I think at the time, at the end of it all, like he had nothing, like no like control over anything. But he was also he sold it all.
Where they were gonna like sell his blood. They were gonna put it in like a glass cube as a collector's item or something, and that's when he got freedom from his estate, because they were like, that's fucked.
He had that young kid who was running his estate that kind of fucked him over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's MC Dudes. We know some shit about some MC shit. Like we know it all. We don't know it all. We know a lot.
The MC who done it, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm yeah. My MC fucking.
So next episode, we'll have She-Hulk to talk
I'll
about.
have something to say about I Am Groot, and then we'll have She-Hulk 1.
Trust me, you're not gonna have much to say about I Am Groot.
I might have a lot to say about I Am Groot. Tech. I've written kids reviews more times than I've used to in the last month.
All
Who
right.
knows?
But it's not a
You
lot
know
of
what?
content.
I'll just-
It's only
I'll
20
just have-
20 minutes,
I'll
25
just
minutes
write
of
down what
content.
Charlie says,
That's awesome.
and then that.
That's it. That's the
Because
review.
honestly, like, that's the person who you should care.
I think
about
visually it's amazing.
Sure.
Visually it's beautiful.
All right. Well, that's the.
Which makes me wonder even harder. Like, how did you fuck up She-Hulk on those trailers?
Because She-Hulk's supposed to look like a person,
It just
and
doesn't-
making things look like people is literally the hardest thing. Most things don't try.
Let me think here.
Why do you think Disney Pixar movies, have gorgeous lifelike environments and people with anime-sized eyes?
Yeah.
Because they're like, faces, we're never gonna get that right. So let's make the environments look good and put cartoons.
Who in the MCU is pure CGI outside of Rocket Raccoon?
Face, pure CGI face.
Human face, pure CGI. No one.
Nobody.
But Thanos, right? Mocap,
pure-
Josh Brolin. That looked good. So yeah, that blows it out because he has a very human face. He's just green and a ball section.
It doesn't look like Josh Brolin.
It doesn't. It doesn't. He looks good.
No, Thanos looks great.
He looks damn good.
But he's like,
And he's
wrinkly
also purple.
He's wrinkly and bumpy.
Which is it should make.
Is it Uncanny Valley? Is my question though.
I don't know what that.
Uncanny Valley is when something looks human, but isn't. And so your brain goes, ugh. Is it like a
no?
knee-jerk?
Because like Star Wars is literally littered with aliens with humanoid faces.
But none of them are CG humans. Except for Moff Tarkin in Rogue One, who was long dead. The actor was long dead. The tall, skinny, old white dude that's in Rogue One.
Yeah.
He was full CG, and so was Leia at the end, and neither of them looked great.
No.
Luke full CG didn't look good.
You know what's bad about my CG viewing is I couldn't really tell that Henry Cavill was off, like everyone else could.
The mustache was.
I couldn't.
His upper lip was too long.
I couldn't figure. I don't think my eyes just rested on it. Not the first time, not the initial time. Yeah, I don't
know, man.
I'm interested to see how I feel about She-Hulk after the fact, after the textures. But to say that you can't make a woman look green and make it look realistic, spits in the face.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
Well,
I'm sorry if that's what it sounds like.
To me, that's what it sounded like. I don't know if I heard you wrong.
I think it might just be us being like, it doesn't look exactly like Tatiana Maslany. It looks a little off.
It does. Well, I think also
the Uncanny Valley is knowing what a person looks like and knowing what the CG looks like and going, I can't. Those two don't look the same. And maybe it looks too much like her.
Maybe she's too. Maybe they're CGIing the lankiness of her because she's not. She's lean.
Everything else is kind of proportional, except for her legs and arms.
She looks weird. Lanky wise. Right. She looks like Slender Man. Like I don't know. Like it don't look good. Yeah, look good.
It looks weird. Maybe that's it.
I don't
Maybe
know what that was. Slender Man. I'm Slender Man.
It's the MCU dance. I'm Slender Man. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's just like a little off. I think maybe once we see it in like a full scene,
and
you have it in full content, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Clips might throw it off.
Literally, yes.
Yeah.
You might just be like, what? And then you get to watch it. You're like, oh, okay, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mcdudes episode 10.
Also, proof that CG's fucking hard, y'all.
It is hard.
So, like when Wong is fighting a giant squid with one eye in the middle, and you're like, that's obviously CG. How could they have made that look more real?
Okay, real quick. There was a thing in Predator, Prey.
I haven't seen that yet. Is it good?
God damn, it's fucking good.
You were like, this movie will last 5 minutes. I was like,
no, but that was my Predator fan, and then plus like bow and arrows. But the way they did it was perfect.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in which the Predator fights a bear, and this dude got on Twitter and says, "See, this is the problem with CGI. We have bears. How come we couldn't fight a bear?" And someone who's a part of the movie said, "You want him to fight an actual bear? You want a practical bear fight?
You want us to put a dude in a suit and let him gore and lift a 2,000-pound bear?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Everyone and I love it when someone says something so off that everyone just jumps down on them.
Everyone's like, hey, idiot.
Yeah, what the fuck do you mean?
What are you talking about? Did you think before you spoke? Obviously not.
Obviously not.
Yeah, I've heard things about Prey where like you can tell that like it came to Earth and didn't think people were the apex predator.
Yeah, well, yeah,
like,
that's kind of the plot.
He's got like snake shit.
Yeah.
And then bear shit.
Yeah.
And then like another animal.
Lion, tiger, bear, mite.
Yeah, he's got like other animals on him. Like he was.
Well,
he was testing.
He was clearly like
looking for the apex.
Yeah, it was really. It's so good.
I love the idea that they clarify what the predators do.
Yeah.
And that they go to each planet looking for the apex and then challenging them.
Yeah, it's so good that I think unanimously everyone who's seen it has said this should have been in theaters.
Yeah.
Dan Trachtenberg did his thing.
Yeah. I've also heard people say it's like one of the best horror movies of this year.
I wouldn't call it a horror movie. Well, Predator has to be called a horror movie.
Right.
But like, could it be like a sci-fi? I would say Predator's more sci-fi. I
wouldn't call Nope horror, dog.
But I wouldn't call Aliens horror.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't call Nope horror.
But
it's a horror movie. It is.
No, man. I don't know, bro.
It is.
Okay.
I wouldn't call Army of the Dead horror.
I didn't see Army of the Dead.
I wouldn't call zombie movies horror, but they are.
Oh no, they're horror because I'm horrified.
Some of them are though, but I was never scared of.
Arachnophobia is a horror movie.
Exactly.
Horror to me. What other movies is not horror?
That's Freaks is a horror movie, is what you're saying too.
That movie was good. It was what it was. It was
exactly what
it
was
supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it was fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
I'd watch it if it's on TV. I'm watching it.
It's Snakes on a Plane for an earlier generation.
Way better than Snakes on a Plane. Snakes on a Plane was tongue in cheek, campy. This was actually like really good graphics. Like they were very convincing with the CGI. And
it's because because spiders look unnatural to us in real life.
And that's why I don't like the motherfuckers.
In
But also, snakes look unnatural in real life, and that movie sucked.
No, I'm saying CG wise.
Yeah.
Snakes look unnatural in real life, so when they're animated, you're like, yep, that's a spider.
Indiana Jones is practical, yeah?
Oh, all those snakes in that pit? Yeah, I think so.
Fuck, dude.
Get fucked. No
That's
thanks. No thanks ever. Never.
Sir, I quit.
I love that Harrison
My 2
Ford's
weeks
also
notice.
like, why does it always have to be snakes?
Yeah.
His character hates snakes because fuck them.
Yeah.
They're awful. Danger noodles.
They call snakes danger? Is that a
It's a
slang?
danger noodle. Yeah.
No,
It's a noodle that's dangerous.
Did you know
that
that they tell you that if you have a pool that you need to take all the noodles and you need to look in them first to make sure a snake's not in them? Did you know? Seriously, because I was playing with a pool noodle the other week. Someone said that. So you have to check those every time.
How?
Because snakes get in them.
But they're curved. How do you?
They're not curved.
Well, they're not perfectly straight.
No,
you can't
but
use it as a fucking periscope.
You can't sometimes.
Sometimes if it's brand new.
Yeah, but like,
when was the last time you had a fresh noodle?
Last couple weeks ago, fresh, brand new. No, it wouldn't. Never mind. But yeah, snakes can get in a fucking curved noodle.
No, 100%. How are you supposed to check it? Because they're curved a little bit.
Well, when you put your eye to it and think that
and then the snake eats your fucking brain, or do you like put it in the water and? Because if you don't blow hard enough, then the snake does an alien to you.
No. So I don't have a pool. Well, that's not the reason I don't have a pool.
I'm not gonna have noodles in it.
Well, I'm getting a hot tub, and there's no need for that because if you drown in a hot tub, you're just so dumb.
Although a hot tub with pool noodles would be fucking hilarious.
I might just get one for a joke.
Just sit on it. Yeah, man, it's an armrest. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Next week we got
She-Hulk.
Nope, She-Hulk. Thank you. And we'll have some more about Groot.
Yep.
And then
did they drop all the episodes at once?
I think so.
Good, thank God.
This man's like, I watched the kids show and didn't like it. How dare they?
No, I know. I mean, I knew what it was. I did enjoy it. And I liked that it was only 5 minutes apiece.
Hold on. You did enjoy it? Because that's the first time you said that this whole day.
I didn't hate it. It's just not for me. It's cool. No. It's cute. It's cute. Okay. It's just they're just little stories. Quick little
like Star Wars visions.
Yep. But didn't watch that either.
First episode's incredible. Second episode's weird. About a boy band in the Star Wars universe.
Yep. I'll pass. But yeah, so you got a lot of stuff to talk about next week. I'm sure there's gonna be a bunch of new news, everyone's reactions to the She-Hulk. We're just breaking it all down.
Yeah, hell yeah. Where does She-Hulk land after this?
Where do you think she lands? I don't think the fun part about this is I think the trajectory of the MCU is ground level threat. We have to rise to the occasion.
Go back.
Ground level.
Yeah.
Huge, bigger threat, worse threat, more sinister threat. We had to rise to the occasion.
I want to see Hulk and She-Hulk fight Lady Hellbender.
I don't know who that is, but that sounds amazing.
Lady Hellbender's the monster queen of Seknarf 9. She rules. Also, she's in the Guardians game.
Oh, okay. This is now okay. Because I'm like, you're not a comic book reader like that.
No,
how do you know this? My mind was like,
Lady Hellbender's shit.
All right.
You're like, how's Caleb know this?
I was like, where is this going? How'd you figure this? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm excited about it all. I'm going to play a Guardians game. I actually might do that today because I need a break from all this shit.
Apex.
No, I love Apex. I'm fucking cracked at it. I'll be one clipping the fuck out of these.
Fucking cracked at it, man.
There was a TikTok. This is my last TikTok reference. It's like, what is one thing you can say while playing a game that you can't say in public? This guy it was a Call of Duty clip, and he one clipped someone, and he was like, "I am fucking the shit out of these," and then.
Incredible. I love it.
That was probably the best one because my mom was thinking like, what could you say in public that would be completely inappropriate? That would make everyone like, what the fuck? And that was it. Yeah, that was the one.
Oh, he found it right away.
You got it.
Finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mcdudes, episode 10. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on YouTube. This week, hopefully I can get some clips out because I didn't do it last time. But I am butter spread too thin on bread.
It's all good.
But yeah.
Cheer. Excelsior.
Until next time.